whispering Canadian, and I'm back at my parents' place right now. I am going down south to Montana and Wyoming with my dad for a few days, just to go do some historical sites. And so hopefully I'll be getting some videos and whatnot from those areas and museums and stuff, so I thought I would mention that before I forgot it. This video is just pictures and video from the regimental funeral of an Edmonton police officer that was killed on June 8th. He was a member of the hate crimes unit, and he and one other officer were going to arrest an individual. This individual was what's called a freeman, and I've dealt with them quite a few times. They are difficult to explain, but just YouTube them and you'll understand. Basically, they are anti-government, anti-authority, and are actually labeled a terrorist group in the United States, and have been violent for a few years, some of them in the United States. I think this is the first situation that they've become violent in Canada, but anyways, they were going to arrest a man on warrants. Basically, he found out that one of his good friends was Jewish and began to harass and threaten him and his family. So they got the police involved. They investigated, and were going to arrest him on charges. And when they were walking up to his door, they were shot at. One shot went through the door, missed them. The second shot hit Constable Woodall in the head and killed him instantly. And the other shot hit the second officer in the back, but his vest saved his life. They didn't fire at him at all. They couldn't see him. But he fired over 53 shots before finally burning his house down and killing himself. So this was his regimental funeral for Constable Woodall. This was the first Edmonton police officer to be killed in the last 25 years, almost to the day. Thankfully, law enforcement deaths are still a fairly rare thing to happen in Canada. And thankfully they get a lot of news coverage, and it's a fairly big deal when it happens. But this is the second regimental funeral I have been to in the last 6 months. That is tiring and depressing. Although it's still a rare thing, this last year has been not a great year in terms of law enforcement deaths in Canada. Usually one officer gets killed every 3 or 4 years, maybe. This last year in a bit, 5 officers have been killed in Canada, and that's ridiculous. Anyways, these videos that I had, and these pictures were not mine. They were all taken off of news sites and whatnot. I was marching with the sheriffs marched in downtown Edmonton for about 3.5 kilometers, which was tiring at the end. And Constable Woodall came over from the United Kingdom in 2007, I believe. He was a member of the Manchester Police Service, and came over. He and his family came over when he joined the Edmonton Police Service in 2007. So there were, every police funeral, there's officers from everywhere. There were police officers from all across Canada, several from the United Kingdom, where he used to work and live. And overall there were 3,600 police officers and first responders during the procession and the funeral. So this video is of the sheriffs. I am in the third row. From our perspective, left-hand side, I was fourth, fifth, or sixth man in. I can't remember, but I'm in the third row somewhere. I believe in one of the still pictures you can see me actually. In the videos it's more difficult. So these first two videos are of the sheriffs marching. And the third video are of the RCMP. And the last video is when Constable Woodall's casket was being brought down with the Edmonton Police Honor Guard surrounding him. And several sheriffs, RCMP, and Edmonton Police, Blake unit officers, saluting. But I think you could see in some of the still pictures it was, well, some of them doesn't give a good representation because a lot of these videos and pictures were taken at the beginning of the procession, where the crowds were a little bit lighter, but in the main downtown part of Edmonton, there were thousands of people. The whole downtown of the city was shut down, and people were on balconies, on the roofs, everywhere. It was really crazy and amazing to see. It brought a lot of law enforcement guys and to tears actually, because when you see that support, I can't tell you what it does for people in law enforcement. It makes everything worth it, knowing that people support you. And over the last week, there's been blue ribbons tied all across the city. I've seen very few areas where I haven't seen a blue ribbon somewhere. It's amazing. And I'm very proud that people put this much effort into honoring Constable Woodall. Now I'm going to upload the same video along with a video of the during the regimental funeral, they pipes and drums, all the regimental bands got together and played Amazing Grace. And so I'll put that in a video as well, but with the sound on. streets with wearing as much blue as possible, and I don't know, it was difficult to describe the feeling that you get when you're marching in one of these things. You don't want to be there because you don't want to have to go to a funeral, but the amount of support that you see, an amount of thank yous and hugs and everything that you get are just incredible. Sorry, that's my fire department radio. Yeah, so it was amazing. We had there were officers from everywhere: Calgary, Edmonton, the sheriffs, RCMP. There were even officers from New York Department, Illinois. There were some officers from Chicago, again, Toronto. Just all over the place. Way too many to tell you, list out, but actually Constable Woodall met or got to know one NYPD officer through some kind of police training in Calgary a number of years ago, and so he actually spoke at the funeral, and that was very cool to see. But it kind of goes to show how big the law enforcement family is, and to see people actually support you is incredible. Difficult to describe, I think, what the feeling was to march in all of this and participate in it and see how people reacted to everything. Anyways, I hope I never have to take part in another one of these funerals. I hope I never have to talk about this again. Yeah. I hope, I know some of the comments I haven't been able to respond to. I can't respond for some reason to the comments in my videos sometimes. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But just know that I'm reading them and I appreciate them.